Good evening, Vector's Vision fans. Welcome to week 5 of the VSRL Truck Series. You saw that right there. That was open qualifying, something, you don't see a whole lot. So, the league decided to throw a little wrinkle into qualifying this week, and he did some open qualifying setup. And you saw there right at the end, Morgan Cook puts it on pole with a flyer. He runs a 29.98. And then the next closest, they're about 400ths back. So that was a damn good lap by Morgan Cook to take the pole at the very last moment. So let's actually do a little VSRL playoff outlook through the first 4 races. Remember last week we were at Bristol Dirt. You saw Sean Langton, Ross Phillips. Ross Phillips won last week. Sean Langton won on the road course in Austin. Dylan Bryant won at USA, and Morgan Cook won that first race at Daytona. So this week, obviously, we are at Charlette, Motor Speedway. We're going to do a little mile and a half. So yet again, 5th different race, or 5th different type of race so far this season. And maybe my voice sounds better to y'all. I'm not 100% sure. I feel like the voice is still kind of going out on me. It's very hit or miss. I feel like I sound better than last week, and I have way more energy than I did last week. So yeah, there's your little Vector's Sim Racing League Monday Truck Series. Little opening set before we get to live action. Let's see, I think they're doing a little bit of a warm-up. That is exactly what they're doing. Doing a little bit of a warm-up. Yeah, let me throw that on there. So, once we get back rolling, I'm going to step aside, let y'all hear some beautiful music while we wait for the Carolina Challenge, 128 laps. I can't figure out how to. There we go. So you saw qualifying live earlier. You saw Morgan Cook on the very last possible moment put it on pole with that 29. Everybody else was running in the 30s. So you see Morgan Cook in the 51. Next you have Brian Edwards in that number 3. Ross Phillips in the Bud Light. He'll be starting that P3. I think I already said that, but I get distracted. I'm like a little child. Jamie Griffin, he's in that 5, starting P4. Joe Turkle, he's in the 15, starting P5. 6th place, look at there, Joshua McKinney. He's got the right number. I ain't gonna be crazy anymore. Son of a gun, tell you what. He's starting 6th. Garrett Helmler, league admin, he'll be starting in that 7th. That's a lot of 7s there. The 77 starting in the 7th position. You have the 25, Larry Dickerson. He's starting back here in about that 8th position. Which makes me wonder, where's his teammate? His teammate, Dylan Bryant, starting back in 12th. Sean Langton in the 7. He's going to be starting 9th. And to round out your top 10 is the 58 of Thad. So we're going to go. We're going to go big picture here. I don't know what this camera angle is. I thought it was a different one. I don't know about y'all, but I am ready for some racing. I'm ready for this truck to pull off. Let's do this, son gun. Morgan Cook brings him to the start-finish line. Wait for the green flag to wave.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out, and away we go. Lap 1 of 128 around Charlotte. You see Morgan Cook gets a really good jump. He's out clean. He'll work his way down to the bottom of the racetrack. Looks like we've got a couple trucks venturing out high. For the most part, it's single file. Oh, I saw that. And they're already wrecking.
All right, man. Caution is out. Caution is out.
And they're still wrecking. Who was that doing a flip? Alrighty. I am just gonna go ahead and I don't know what to hit to get all of this. Let's go for it. So you see, they got away with it pretty easy up here, but I believe what you're gonna see is that green and black machine there at the bottom. You'll see him right there, and I think he just goes from the bottom up to the top. You see, yep, he gets clipped by the 3 and then cleaned off, and then they come back down. That takes out the 77. The 77 then gets killed. 65 is involved. The 88 goes completely airborne. Yeah, I just think that was some utter chaos right there. Holy crap. Find the 77 up here. He looks like he had to tow. So the 14 gets away. 15 and the 3, they're all sitting there. Like they had to tow. Oh no. Well, guess what? Up front, nothing has changed. Morgan Cook, who was your pole sitter through 3 laps, is still leading the race. His new teammate, Ross Phillips, is in the 1 to his outside. Sean Langton. So everybody up here in the top 3 has been the dominant trucks all season so far. It's been a short season, but these guys, I mean, you're getting about 4 to 5 people that have been pretty much dominating it. Hi, John and Deb. Appreciate y'all tuning in again for week 5. Can't believe it's already been 5 weeks You see Sean? Well, maybe if any of these will zoom in on him. He's already showing these guys he wants to come out here and win today. See, Brian Edwards, he's starting to roll out now. He's got a ton of damage, though. He comes back down to pit road. He might be realizing he needed to use a fast repair. Not real sure. I wasn't really sure what Ross was doing there. But he may have been just trying to see if he could get a first gear start. I think a lot of these guys are a little bit worried about the grip tonight. Complete 180s from on the track. Let's go to this TV3. It's one of my favorite views. It's a little bit higher, lets you see everything. More of a spotter view. You see the bus stop there. But we're not doing the road course, aka the Roval. But I see those lights are out on that pace truck, which means we have one lap until we're back green in Charlotte. So right now, looking at the 17 trucks that did start tonight. 15 are on the lead lap, Brian Edwards being the last one on the lead lap. And you have the 77 of Garrett Helmlinger and the 88 of Taylor Woods. They are both 2 laps down. I do believe they had to tow. Interested to see what Morgan can do on this restart. He did take the inside. But I also believe he is the control truck, so he can launch the moment that pace car is gone. And you know what, for all of our sanity, I hope we keep going green. These pace laps, man, they're something else. I just got back from watching the Talladega race, and pace laps are boring. It's a long time around Talladega for pace laps. Pace truck is off. You see Morgan Cook. He's chilling.
Green flag, green flag.
50. Had a light turn off and it freaked me out. Sorry. Morgan Cook with an excellent restart there. He'll get pulled out of the way. You see Sean Langton. He's going to make a move now. He's going to go underneath the one of Ross Phillips. Trying to take second away. He hasn't quite done it yet. I think technically he has the position. It just depends if he can make the pass here. In my opinion, that middle to outside line might be the go-to place for today. And already Ross Phillips dives it to the inside of Morgan Cook, and he's going to try to take the lead here. Morgan Cook changed up the paint scheme. He went from purple to pink. It's October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. A couple pink schemes out there tonight in honor of that. Morgan Cook fought really hard there on the outside and kept that position away from Ross Phillips. John Langton, though, he's still in a position here to try to make a move. Oh, one hard on the wall. It was a 44. I think he just got loose. Way too far. Still a little on board with that one. Gyro cam, a little bit better. See, he's already got damage, and I can really tell you that's too much wheel. And he has no idea. And then overcorrected. Packed him pretty hard there, too. I think the engine's fine. Yeah, I do believe the engine will be fine. Oh. It is not fine. I stand corrected. The engine is about ready to explode. You see the smoke poofing out here. So let's do something a little bit more interesting here. I am gonna pull up. Maybe. I am. I'm gonna pull up the race leader. Hey, Morgan.
What up?
Well, man, I know we've been pacing a little bit here, but so far, how you feeling about this race?
Well, it's gone pretty well. I think we're on lap 9 here. I think I've run 3 green, something like that. It's yeah, it's fine for me out front.
Yeah, I mean, it also looks like. So, are you thinking tonight you're gonna be running that mid to high line, most likely?
I'm not really sure, actually. This is my first ever race at Charlotte in anything. So, I don't know yet.
Well, you put it on pole, so you have to know something about turning left.
Yeah, I don't know. If you ask me in 70 laps, then I'll give you a better answer. But for now, it's just going to be probably ripping the bottom, trying to hold this one truck off, sorry, and that'll be that.
All right, man. I'll be pulling you back up here. Give me a little. You'll be my mid-race reporter several times, so I'll throw you back down there, and then I'll bring you back up in a little bit later.
Right on. Talk to you later.
Later. I thought that'd be a little interesting. I'll throw that little wrinkle in it. Get some of these guys brought up here into the booth in the middle of the race, especially if there's going to be a lot of pacing. So far, 2 cautions, right? These 2 cautions have run us 6 laps to this point, and the lights are still on the pace truck, so we are still pacing for at least 1 more lap. I'm thinking right here they'll give them the 1 to go. Never mind. Lights are still on. So, I'm going to mute, get myself a little bit of water, so I get myself nice and situated for another great call, if we ever go back green. But you are watching Vector's Vision live on YouTube, the Carolina Challenge from Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we are back from Charlotte. You see they are now double file all the way back. Lights are out on the pace truck. So all we have to do is wait for that painstaking left turn. Again, I really hope we get some green flag laps here.
Green, green, green.
Green flag is out. Morgan Cook takes him back up through the gears. He crosses the line. He's going to be working lap 13 of 128. Ross Phillips yet again. He's going to make a little bit of a move here, but I think Sean Langton's actually going to hang it in there tight on his inside. But Ross is going to prevail on the outside line. See back here, I saw Griffin making a move underneath the 58 of Thad Miller. Thad Miller is also trying to hang it up on the outside there, but I think he's going to let Griffin have that position. And then right behind them, you see Brian Edwards. He's starting to make some moves. Oh, got a blinker. He's making some moves. He was caught up in that early caution on lap 1. So he's made his way back up into the top 10. He started second and dropped all the way back to 15th. He's hanging it in there tight. In the 14, I should have asked how to say that name, but we're going to just go with David. David Anken. We're going to try this again. David Ankenbauer. Dave Ake. Dave Aiken. I think we'll roll with that. He's got an office scheme on his little. Got a little nervous there. I thought maybe he was going to make contact with the 5 and send him around. But he didn't. These guys are talented. They wouldn't just do that. You go back here. I saw Hennings. Looks like he's made contact with the outside wall. Down a little bit. Well, he's been hit on the inside and the outside. But hey, we always love leaders. Let's go back up here and see. And looky here. Dylan Bryant, who won at USA. Go to the leaders. Go to the leaders. See Dylan Bryant. He's going to... Oh, he's making a big, bold move around the outside of Morgan Cook. He's going to pass him here. Morgan's trying to fight back. I don't think he can. Morgan goes to the bottom. He might be losing multiple... There's 2. I think Morgan got a little loose there. Just a little bit. So Morgan's going to drop and lose 3 positions here. He's getting pushed around by Sean. But just like that, at lap 18, new leader, the 18 of Dylan Bryant. But Ross Phillips has something to say about that. He goes, heck, if you can take the lead, so can I. He dives down to the bottom in 3 and 4. Tries to roll it off exit. I think he backed off a little bit there to make sure he didn't make any contact with Dylan. Ooh, I saw getting a little frisky back there in the back. In this position. See Morgan, he's now in 4th. And he's getting hounded on by the 3 and the 7. I think Sean's actually kind of lost some momentum here. I know, John and Deb, you don't want to see that. But here comes Brian Edwards. Taking that Dale Earnhardt scheme through the field. He's showing everybody I'm here for one thing and one thing only, and that's to put this number 3 truck in victory lane. Do we sound good on volume? Do I need to crank up any of the engine sounds? It'd be nice to have a little feedback on that. Or if I need to take back some of the engine sound. I see the 15, he's in the wall again. You know, I think this would be a lot easier if I had a spotter. Someone spots for me, moves the cameras around, and I just talk. But doing it alone is fun. I enjoy it. Back up to this tall cam. See that? 14, he's going up against the wall. He's rubbing against the outside. He's trying to be a Noah Gragson. Or Tyler Reddick. And rub the absolute bejesus out on the outside wall. Guys, I didn't even notice this. But out front, new leader, the one of Ross Phillips. And who's in second? Well, Larry Dickerson, who started in 8th, has now made his way up there, and he wants to say something about this. And I feel like there's a lot of this going to happen tonight. These trucks, the draft is heavy. Even though it's a mile and a half, I think they can drive up there. And then the hard part is going to be passing. Right now, most of these trucks are going to be set a little bit more on the tight side, or on the loose side. But as the runs go on, the trucks should tighten up a little bit. Larry Dickerson in the 25 dives it down in 3 and 4. He can't quite get the slide job done. He goes for it. He made the pass. Larry Dickerson will take the lead on lap 23. Larry Dickerson went way up to the wall and he comes back down. I think he'll have to drive off. Running the high line. Morgan Cook continues to fall back. Maybe I jinxed him. I will take credit for that. Yeah, give me just a second. I gotta mute so I can see if the audio sounds great. Three wide. The 7 and the 3 make contact. Both those drivers did an excellent job making the save, because that could have been really ugly. But I'm not really sure how they ended up into that position. They were just 3 wide, and it kind of looks like they just doored each other. I could add a little bit more car sound in there. I backed it off a lot, so I think we're good. We'll just be rolling now. We're gonna roll with it. Take 500 on the season. I'm trying to figure out how to get this thing set up. But right now, Larry Dickerson in the 25 is still leading it. Ross Phillips follows him, and then Larry's teammate Dylan Bryan is in 3rd. You see them; they're way up here, running together. Then you have the 5, the 596 and 7 running in a little pack, and then the 51. He's now past the 3. The 3 and the 7. Remember, they were 3 wide and made really hard contacts. I don't know if that's hurting the 3 here. Sorry, I was looking at some stats from this race so far. Everybody looks like, other than the 77 and the 88, remember they both had an incident earlier in the race. Everyone else is on 33 lap old tires. And I don't know what the life is on the tank, because I believe they'll have to come in for gas before they'll need to come in for tires. But I haven't really seen. I saw someone get in the wall back there. I think that was the 14. Remember, he was running that high line. Yep, you can see it right there. He scraped the outside of that truck all to shreds. But I think they'll be pitting for tires. And fuel. Maybe in the next 10 laps. I didn't really do that much research on that, so I was trying to look it up and do math in my head, but I'm not very smart, and math is hard. Let's go back up front. Alright, just click most exciting. You see where it sticks us. Shows us Morgan Cook, who was on pole today, but he has since then dropped all the way to 7th. See Jamie Griffin right there. He's rolling in the middle in high groove. He comes off exit of 4 to come to the line and take his start of 37. Nope, 36 laps. And there's the 96. That is Mr. Josh McKinney. But man, the 25, Larry Dickerson, the 1, Ross Phillips, and the 18, Dylan Bryant, have checked out with everybody else. These 3 have pretty much driven away. They are 2 seconds ahead of the next closest driver. And Dylan Bryant is currently losing time a little bit more than these 2. But there's a long way to go. We have roughly 90 laps to go in this race. There's a lot of opportunities for mistakes for just about any of these guys to be able to get involved. Whoa, 25, he got a little high on the exit there, come back down to the 1, cuts that nose off. Well, I think the 1 may have checked up just a little bit in order to not take him out. But I don't think it was anything intentional there by the 25 or the 1. It's just racing. Let's go back here and look. I see some guys starting to be takers on pit road. You see the 3. 65 is going to ease up and let the 3 get into his stall. So 65 gets away. He took 4 tires. Ryan is now a lap down. He's taking 4 tires and some fool. The 15 and the 96 have also come to pit road. Remember, the 15 was involved in an incident, lap 1. And they all get away. See the 53, he's also made his way. Little Levi. He's made it onto pit road. If I had to guess, he's taking 4 tires. If you don't take 4 tires, I would have to guess that you're insane. go see everybody else. I got distracted. It's the good ones on pit road. You see Ross Phillips is up there. Griffin goes in behind him to take 4 tires and fuel. Here's the 18. He goes. I think he'll actually pass Ross Phillips here. And 25 needs to come to pit road because he's going to be losing a ton of time. It's always that game of chicken. Do I stay out, put everybody a lap down, have the freshest tires for the next long stint? Or do you play games with them? I think the 96, you can tell he put some tires on because he just drove right around the 25 of Larry. He made that look easy. So that has to be a tire differential there. But I guess I can look it up and tell you. It is. No, guys. Larry's already pitted. He short pit the other two and came out ahead of him. I don't know how I didn't notice that. I had no idea. But yeah, the 25 short pitted and Joshua McKinney put down. And he short pitted them 2 laps before that. So, Joshua McKinney put in a strategy to short pit these guys. And he wants to become the 5th different driver to win as he takes the lead. Currently leading on lap 46 of 128 scheduled. We can do more, though. We can do overtime. Gary Hemlinger. Whoa, that was a big yawn. My bad. Gary Hemlinger comes to pit road. He'll go back down a couple laps, most likely. And just like that, with the 44 pitting, Josh McKinney. With the biggest brain strat I've seen. And it's actually going to force everybody's hand, I believe, the rest of this race. Knowing that he short pitted everybody by 2 laps. And he gained all of that time. Remember, he was about 2.5 seconds behind that lead pack when we were looking earlier. You see, here's this pack. They're running together. Jamie's out in front of Ross, Sean, I believe Levi's involved in this little pack too, so we got a nice little pack going right here. Trying to take up that position for 3rd, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9 is all right here. We haven't seen much of Levi this season. You might remember him from IndyCars. He's been involved, and he's got a nice little ghost scheme going. I'm not a big ghost fan myself, but the scheme is clean. I think Levi might be the youngest person in the league. By far, actually. I know this guy. I know him. He's a child. Oh, he acts like a child. So he might have something to say about being the youngest one in the league. I'm only messing. Kind of. 77. His truck looks really clean, but he's just right now, he's going to be trapped a lap down. Sitting in that 15th position. So he's kind of hoping on a timely caution eventually. Click on exciting. We'll just see where it sticks us. Automatically, it takes us up here to Jamie Griffin and Larry Dickerson to see that gap there developing. Kind of feel like Larry just needed some clean air. For his truck to really go, which is why we saw him dominating there for a while when he was out front. And see Levi goes right around him. It makes it look easy. But Larry's got something to say about it. And he says, I'm coming back, and I'm coming on the outside. But Mr. Langton then pounces on the 25 and gets around him. So that'll put him in the 6th position. It's kind of weird seeing Sean this far back after he's had a great season. I think he might be our highest rated racer in the league, meaning his I rating is the highest out of everybody. And in fact, I think he's got the highest everything. Well, no wonder he's always competing for wins. See Joe Turkle sitting in that second position. He's kind of reeling in Josh in front of him. He's got it down to about a second and a half. Second point. Or, oh my goodness gracious. I kind of averages from about a second and a half to a second and 8/10. You see it there. He'll kind of reel that back in. I think his corners. '77 and 65. They're teammates and friends in real life. So 65 may have made contact with the wall a little bit earlier. See, is there anybody else close? Not really. 51. Not really. Let's see. 53? No, not really. 1 and 18. Nah, they ain't close either. Well, he's going to hit exciting. I'm going to take a step back. I'm going to mute real quick. Get some refreshments. You are currently watching Vector's Vision on the YouTubes, where you are watching the Carolina Challenge live from Charlotte Motor Speedway, closing up on halfway to go. halfway complete with our race here tonight under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway. Joshua McKinney in the 96 machine is still leading. Let me get up here and click on him, as he is now about 26 laps in his run. And actually, let's go for a little ride on. I just want you to be able to hear, it's really loud, I know, but I just want you to be able to hear the difference in the two throttle inputs. See, the 96 is starting to lose the handling on his machine a little bit more. You can just feel how much smoother Joe Turkle is right now. So he comes out of 4, about a second, just over a second behind Josh McKinney. Looks like McKinney's running a little bit higher line. Let's see if I can actually get a little overhead here. That's not what I meant. You can see 96 is putting them left tires right on that seam. 15 actually kind of just followed him the same way there, but he's got it to about a second now. I say we get about another, I don't know, 8 laps, 9 laps, and we might have ourselves a new leader. But just like that, he lost all that speed off the exit of 2 there. That's how he does here in 3 and 4. Joe Turkle goes a little bit lower than that seam, and he picked up a ton of time. Shaved off about a whole 10th there in one corner. If he could figure out 1 and 2, he might have something to say about who wins this race. With 59 laps to go from Charlotte. And he continues to reel him in. And you see it there. Joe Turkle's got it to about a half a second. Dives it into 1. He just seems to be driving a little bit lower. They're on the same tire set. So they're both 32 laps in on this set of tires. So there's no tire advantage to either one of these drivers. Joe Turkle continues to look low, gets more clean air on the nose. Closer he gets, the more dirty air he'll have packing on the front end of that truck. See the 51 Morgan Cook, he pulls out in front of him. He'll stay low and let them go around the outside. I think this will hurt Joe Turkle. But I think Morgan Cook should be able to drive away with those fresh Goodyears he just slapped on that Rowdy Energy truck. This is interesting. It's like he's kind of stalled out here. Him being Joe Turkle, because he's about 4/10 to 3/10, and he doesn't get much closer than that. I'll be honest with you. I like this move Morgan Cook made. I think you kind of had to split this in half. Because they're already on 35 laps. And there's 55 laps to go. I think if they pit, they're going to have to pit again for like gas. So I think I like what Morgan did, is completely cut it in half. And you'll have fresher tires through this whole long stint, as these guys are going to try to run the tank dry. So I like the move. I kind of want to talk to him, but he's in the middle of a race. I don't know. I thought maybe if there was a cushion. Here they both come. So the 5 drive around. So that's going to give the lead to the 5 of Jamie Griffin. Looks like the 7 of Sean Langton and Levi in the 53 are both going to drive past as well. So they'll cycle up to 2nd and 3rd. Garrett Helmlinger's still on track. Cruising and cruising and cruising and cruising and cruising. Trying to get that lap back. He's now sitting 2 lapos behind O. '53 definitely had to have been speeding. No shot, right? I think he got away. He may have gotten away with speeding. I swear, man, every time I speed on this sim racing deal, they're like, "Gotcha, bitch." I'm like, what? I don't get it. Makes me mad. See Levi, he's whipping it around there now. So what does all of this do for this race? Gives the lead to Larry Dickerson, who is now on pit road. So what will that do? It'll cycle the lead to Ross Phillips in the 1. Now here's the problem with Ross Phillips. He has 37 laps on his set of tires here. Now he's pitting. So what I was about to say, which would have been an absolutely amazing point, it doesn't even matter. So, with him pitting, guess who's going to be in the lead? Yeah. It is the 96 Joshua McKinney. But who did not lose much time of any, or if any? And that would be the 15 of Turkle. Josh McKinney's still kind of whipping it in that middle line. Joe Turkle's starting to kind of make his way down to the bottom. I want to see if these two guys can really make this an absolute show for us. Sorry, I got sent a video of a guy absolutely getting leveled at this football game. That was rough. Man, I'm nervous for him. Look at the 5. He drives around both of them and takes the lead. What a move. I'll be honest with y'all. That's only 2 lap fresher tires on that number 5 of Jamie Griffin. But he's making it work. And he rolled it. He rolled it past them guys. Jamie comes out of 4, comes to the line. We'll have 44 laps to go. Sorry guys, I'm looking at just looking at lap times and comparing things. When I really look at it, it kind of bothers me. I guess Jamie just found some grip out there that none of us could find. He's able to somehow whip it around and keep that throttle about... That's just crazy. Crazy the speed he found with a really high entry. He throttles it back. I mean, he's putting on a clinic now. So there we go. We did some ride-ons with Jamie Griffin. Let's get out here and venture off into the world of entertainment. Well, I was going to do the 14, but he's now on pit road. Let's go with Joshua McKinney. Joshua McKinney is still dueling it out with Turkle. Who was that drove by both of them? Was that 25 Larry Dickerson? He just passed both of them up like it was nothing. Sorry, I had a really big yawn. Excuse me. Sorry, I got a message. I had to respond. I do a lot of stuff. I do these broadcasts. I broadcast football on Fridays. I do podcast. Which is probably why my voice is so exhausted by the time Sunday ends. I party all weekend. My voice has just got nothing left by the time I get to Monday. Man, I can't believe how much this dude has driven away and made this boring. And not in a bad way, he's just dominating. Lapped the entire field. Holy crap. I don't know how many times I've seen this. The entire field is lapped. That's insane. And it's weird too, because I'm standing up, so I probably sound like I'm talking a little bit more weird than normal, but it just kind of feels like tonight is a night of no one really dominated. I mean, Morgan Cook ran a crazy lap at the end of qualifying to put it on pole. I mean, he ends up losing it to the 18, and the 18 ends up losing it to the 25. It's just everybody's had chances tonight. Got it on the big screen. I appreciate it. Gotta watch something on these Mondays, unless you're a Monday Night Football fan. Thad looks to be in healthy condition. He's currently sitting P9. He's a lap down, but guess what? So is everybody else. He's going to come to pit road here. 22 laps on that set. He'll put on a new set and call it a day on pit road. Let's go ahead and watch him get his service. Bald Head Island Vacations. Pretty decent pit stop. Yeah, I want to go ahead and let's go back and look. The 5 is still leading. Ross Phillips just hit pit road. So this is a development. I mean, he must have had a penalty for speeding. Wow. Wow. Is anybody else just as like I don't understand what happened, to be honest with you. Like, I'm trying to look up if what he did. It just says that his last lap was 2 minutes long. I mean, let's go. Well, let's go look at the leader, Dylan Bryant. You see the 5 unlapped himself at least one time. Dylan Bryant now has nothing but clean air out in front of him. He's in the middle of 3 and 4 now, and the other guys, the lappers in front of him are already off into 1 and 2. So he's got plenty of room here to breathe easy. It's about a 4-second gap back to the 51, your pole sitter tonight. About 4 seconds back. You see him here. I think he's got, yep, there's the 58 of Thad Miller driving with him. But Thad Miller is on a different little situation than he is. And then a little bit further back, you'll get Larry Dickerson. That is your top 3. They have their only shot, in my opinion, at winning, but I have been proven wrong already tonight. See Sean still dueling it out with Levi. Is actually a lap behind him. So Sean sitting at 7th. So the number 7 in the 7th position. Ew. Smack myself. I didn't say I was smart or very bright. Big ol' yawn. What's up? Alright, let's go back up here. So you got Joe Turple. I think he'll be in P4. Ross Phillips. He's P5. Dylan Bryant still leading from Charlotte. He's got a 4-second buffer back to Morgan Cook in the 51. Man, he's just setting sail and going. 51, Morgan Cook. Just now into 3. See if we can't tell where that leader is. Can you see the leader? Way up there in the distance, you can see the leader. Just barely. You see Dylan Bryant comes to the line. He'll make it 10 laps to go from Charlotte in the Carolina. I'm going to try to pull it up for y'all. Wrong thing. Gosh dang it. In the Carolina Challenge 192. Remember we were scheduled for 128 laps. Well, guess what? We're down to just 9 remaining. He's got nothing but clean air in front of him on a night where early it seemed like we were going to have us a little bit of a wreck fest. 2 cautions that came out quick for a total of 8 laps. 8 laps. I don't know if the admin said something about another thing or this, that, or we'll go single file or what threat he used. But these guys sure did clean it up. I think the only contact I saw after that was the 7 and the 3 hitting each other when they were three wide going down the back stretch. But it didn't seem to bother the 7. Because Sean is still running in the top 10. He's currently sitting P6. Probably won't gain a position to be a top 5 truck today. But a solid run for him nonetheless. Six more trips around this 1.45 mile oval. Little cookie cutter oval. I think I saw the 14 just pitted or came out of pit road in front of the 18. I appreciate it, Todd. You know, sometimes I wish I could be even better for you. With how much y'all are watching, I wish I could be perfect. And the 18, he's just chilling. As he'll come and take the line. 4 laps remaining. And you know, and Thad, I enjoy covering Thad racing. He's a good guy. I've had a couple conversations with him. Nothing but positive vibes coming from the Millers. And John and Deb, I appreciate y'all watching yet again. I don't think you'll be able to hear them tonight with an interview, but another good points night. Dylan Bryant is getting close to number 5, who was dominant earlier until he had a little mishap, whether computer problem or who knows what it was. But he'll make that pass easy. I think the 5 was going to let him go. And Dylan Bryant comes out of 4. White flag in the air. 1 lap remaining from Carolina. In a night where he took the lead early in the race from Morgan Cook. And then it looks like the truck kind of went away from him, but he found something and made something work. Took the lead with about 40 laps to go. Set sail and never looked back. Maybe with a little bit of good luck, too, with the 5 having the problem. But it doesn't matter. Because Dylan Bryant has conquered the Carolina Challenge. And he'll actually be our first multi-race winner on the season. First person to bring it into 2 dubs. Oh, little friendly fire from the teammates there. But let me do a little some. I'll leave that there. Actually, move it over here. And then I'm over here. And 3, 2, 1. I think I pulled him up. Yeah, I did. Dylan Bryant. This is Adam up in the broadcast booth. You got a copy of my man?
What's going on?
Man, dude, you had an interesting night, didn't you? A little up and down. You found your way leading up front with, I don't know, it was pretty early in the race, but then it kind of looks like the truck may have gone away from you. Was there anything on your end that you felt why you lost the lead?
Well, Ross and Larry was fast. I started, I think, 12th place. I kind of messed up in qualifying, and from the get-go, my intentions was not to change tires my first pit stop. So after I led a lap or a few laps, I got my bonus point. I kind of just let them go on by me, and that way I could save my right front. So it was a strategy call that Larry and I talked about probably like an hour before the race, and it just happened to be it turned out good. So, and I got the win.
Yeah, and it worked really well. You got the lead, and really, it's just there's really no one out there to contend with you. I don't know what happened to the 5. He just vanished. He was dominant there for a little bit, but heck, you don't care if he's gone and it gives you an easier chance to win. You don't care how you get it, but as long as you get up there and win. But congratulations, man. Anybody you want to thank?
Yeah, just Garrett with VSRL and stuff. I mean, he does a lot. It's a great league. I want to give a shout out to Rawson, the number 1. It was a fun battle up there. He's always racing me clean. Him, Sean, everybody else in the league. So I was having mic issues, so I couldn't call out where I wanted to go, but everybody was asking me and stuff. I just couldn't respond to them. So I'm gonna figure out why my mic isn't working on there. But Larry's also my teammate, so I know he finished 3rd. So I'm glad that 25 PR got both a top 3. So, and then to you, Adam, you do a great job and stuff too with the broadcasting.
I know everybody says a good job, but I'm like, dude, I just send it, bro. Like,
I understand. I did too tonight. I was there, man. I took the outside in turn 1 and 2, and I passed like 4 trucks and stuff. On the outside was good until about 15 laps, and then I kind of like the bottom, especially in 3 and 4. If you missed it a little bit, you would get tight off and come really close to the outside wall. So
yeah, I was noticing there were some people getting pretty tight, but I think everybody that was in contention at all tonight, they were running around that same middle to high for the most part. Not a lot of people were running really low.
Yeah. So, but yeah, man, enjoy your night. I'm gonna go back and watch the broadcast and stuff, and I think that's number 2 for the season.
It is number 2. You're the first person to have multiple wins in a season. We've had
nice.
So you broke the streak of just new winner every week. So week 5, you broke the streak we had going. So shame on you, but congratulations at the same time.
Thank you, Adam. Thank you. It feels good. It
All right,
feels real
mate.
good.
Congratulations. Enjoy the rest of your
Yes,
night.
sir. All right, you too. Thank you.
Morgan Cook. This is Adam of
Hello.
the broadcast booth. I was gonna pull you back up, man, but guess what? There was another caution.
That's true. Yeah, we went mean and green there to the end.
Mean and green at the end. It was 2 cautions, 8 laps there at the very beginning, and I was like, well, here we go. It's gonna be fun. But you kind of said you'd let me know about 70 laps how you felt about the truck. Well, it looked like it was completely gone, like you didn't know what you was doing there for a while. But then, you being the strategy man you are, you made it work.
Yeah, so I was running, I don't know, 5th, 6th, behind Ross and Dylan, actually, and I was catching them for that run. And then all of a sudden, just a light switch. I could not get into the corner. It just pushed up the hill. And I was like, well, okay. So I rode for, I think, another 5 or 6 laps, losing 4/10 a lap to those guys. And I looked at the laps left, and I was like, well, I can get 36 to a tank. There's less than 72 left, so what's pit now? And here we are, 2nd place.
Yeah, when you go back and watch the broadcast, I was like, whatever Morgan just did, I love it. I think he was doing math. He realized there has to be at least 2 more stops, and you did it perfectly. And you kind of forced everybody else. You forced everybody else's hand. That last stop for everybody. So yet again, you're just a genius when it comes to strategy.
Well, I try and be an innovator. I'll tell ya.
So
But,
do you feel like you learned a lot though? I mean, you put it on pole, and then you lost a lot of positioning there, but at the same time, being really smart with tire and the strategies, and you still looked like you knew what you were doing out there. It's not like you were just crazy.
Right, I'll tell you what, I did lose positions at the start, and that was by design. I didn't mean to fall back to 7th. I wanted to slide in at 4th or so. But the guys behind me they were going so hard. And I looked at the laps, and there was like lap 10. I'm like, well, I can't keep this pace up, so back it off, kind of ride behind them, and then slowly pick them off later. Purposely did not take tires the first stop, so I could be the rabbit chasing the carrot later on. And like I said, we're here in 2nd, so big thanks to Larry. That was a fun race we had at the end. That was wild.
Yeah, man. Well, anybody you want to thank? What, you got any sponsors yet? You keep doing all these interviews. You think by now somebody
No,
would try to sponsor you?
Don't have any sponsors, but if you want to sponsor a fast guy, Ross said that week 1. Gladly, we'll take that phone call. No, I got to thank Orange Speed, Ross, Garrett, Ryan. A lot of fun these guys we have together doing this thing. Garrett for hosting the league, everyone for coming out tonight. Big field, and it was pretty competitive out there. A lot of fun.
Absolutely,
So,
man.
Yeah, and thanks to you for hosting, and too bad I couldn't be more in the booth with you, but
I know, man. I was like, if there's ever another caution, I'll bring him up. And I was like, man, I just lied to all of the viewers. I was like, yeah, I'll bring him up later on the race. I said, I promise. Yeah, well, I guess technically I did after the race, so that's good.
Right. I was thinking that last run when I was like steady 4.5 seconds behind Dylan, and I cleared Thad. I was like, oh, he might call me up now. Can't go backwards, can't go forwards. But yeah, here we are.
Well, hey, you'll take a 2nd place finish, more points, which is always great. But hey,
bet.
enjoy the rest of your night, and I'll see you
Thanks.
next Monday.
You bet. See you then.
Larry's Adam up in the broadcast booth, man. You got a copy?
Got you loud and clear, Adam.
Well, basically, this is like a copy and repeat of what I'm about to say. I've said this to everybody so far. You had an up and down day. You found yourself leading multiple laps earlier in the race, and then it kind of seems like it just went away from you. And then, yet again, I guess you kind of played the strategy role a little bit as well to get a top 3.
Yeah, the strategy what bit me. I really feel like I let one slip through my fingertips tonight. We went so long. I know the first caution came out super early. I think it was like 2 or 3. But I ended up going to lap 50 on that first set. I would have went even further, but I just didn't feel comfortable driving more than 50 laps on one set of tires and take a chance of blowing a tire and just completely ruin the race. But the lap 50, I took some tires, and then the second pit stop, I actually kept the tires to save for that last run, and it ended up working out. It's cool to get 25 PR, 2 out of the top 3. I really feel like I let one slip there at the end when Dylan got used on free strategy, well, pit strategy.
Yeah, man. Well, guess what? You still find yourself in a good point tonight. And man, you and Dylan, somehow you two are always in the thick of it, week in and week out. I don't know what is up with y'all, but every week I'm like, and yet again, the two teammates, not in a negative way. I'm just saying y'all are always involved.
Yeah, we've raced each other so long, and we know how each other race and what our tendencies are. He's better on the strategy stuff than I am. I'm good at just, flat out, let's go, make it work. And I'm good at saving tires. But, yeah, we've raced so long. I mean, I wish I could have had some couple tracks back this year. First race of the year, me and Dylan dominated Daytona. But I got caught up in a wreck with 8 to go and no caution came out. USA, I wish I could have back because I got a top 5 in that, but I chose the wrong steering ratio, and it kind of hurt me on the long run on that track. So,
I've only done that 100 times at short tracks.
Yeah. I was just happy to get last week out the way. I know I got a 6, which is really good for me. It felt like a win, but I was so ready to get the dirt out of the way because dirt with trucks is not my forte.
I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm glad I was in the booth last week. There's a couple races I'm kind of upset I missed. This is one of them in Daytona. Well, in hell, when we go to Dega too, I'll be upset when I'm in the booth for those. But man, you had a great night. Nothing to complain about. I know you're a little bit upset about the strategy, but hey, you only lost a couple bonus points and some points between first and third. So I mean, it's not like a terrible night.
Well, no, that's one of my strategies too for tonight was I know I hadn't had no bonus points all year for like leading laps, so I want to at least get some laps led and get some points for that. I was trying to get the extra bonus points for 0x at the end of the race, but when Morgan got in front of my nose coming off 4, it took the air off my nose enough. It got tight, and I barely clipped the wall and got a 2x from that.
That's iRacing for you, dude. You can clap a wall. Sometimes it's nothing. You're like, oh, okay. And then you barely kiss it. And then there it goes. Your no incidents for a race. Been there, done that on that, too.
Oh, yeah.
Good night. Well, hey, man, congratulations tonight. Go down there and celebrate with your teammate as y'all take a 1-3.
Oh, yeah. And shout out to Dylan. Shout out to you for this broadcast you do every week and all the admins. And I want to give a shout out to my sponsor on the truck. It's something very personal to me. Is Angelman's syndrome is a form of autism, and I race that paint scheme every race to bring some awareness to it because I got family members with autism. So just anybody can contribute to that. Go look up the link and do whatever you can to help out.
Yeah, man, I saw, I've called it out on a couple of the broadcasts, and I'll do my best to do it again. And I guess next week I'll throw it on the screen again and talk about it, get some more awareness as well. So.
Appreciate it, brother.
Absolutely. Well, congratulations. Have a great night.
You do the same, brother. Have a good one.
I was trying to see who's all here, but they're all gone. They are. All right. Well, then I think that's going to do it. For me, I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this real quick. You see right there in the third playoff spot, you see Dylan Bryant. It's a one-time winner, right? Nah, not anymore. He'll jump to the top of the board with a 2-time win. But that'll wrap up tonight's October 3rd broadcast, Monday, October 3rd. My birthday was yesterday. I was at Talladega yesterday. My plane landed this morning, went to school, and guess what? I'm here broadcasting. Next week, we go out to Nashville. We're going to have us a throwback race. I'm looking forward to seeing some of these drivers with some throwback paint schemes. But till then, I appreciate all of you watching. John, Deb, Todd, I appreciate y'all for being active in the comments and at least making it feel like someone's watching. Have some sort of interaction with y'all. But I appreciate y'all so much for tuning in. Until next Monday, have a great night.